Hello, welcome back to another Let's Play episode of Let's Play Silver Version for Pokemon's 30th anniversary. And today we're going to continue where we worked back up to off camera, where we lost yesterday with this Sudowoodo. And we've got some strategery we need to employ. Although I think I actually need, because I didn't remember to do everything exactly the same, I think I need to get one more level on my Hoppip before we try taking it on. That's a bit annoying, but it should be doable. And we actually came through the national park last time, off camera, and I caught a Scyther again, and I didn't do anything special, and I just so happened to get first place. So they actually, instead of an Everstone, they give you a Sunstone, a new type of stone that you can use on certain Pokemon to get new evolutions. So that'll be kind of interesting. If we ever get a Pokemon that can learn it, which actually we're fighting it right now, Oddish can. And now that the bug catching contest isn't going on, a bunch of trainers will be available for us to fight in the national park. And then hopefully we can have enough tools at play to continuously burp into a microphone like a jackass. But to have enough tools at play to actually not get swept by a wild Pokemon and catch it. I will reiterate that catching Pokemon in Gen 2 is the hard part. The battles, if you just set your team up to battle, if you go play Gold version and just use like all Kanto Pokemon, you won't have any trouble. You'll just not even steamroll, you will bullet train, you know, derailing, just gobsmack the game. It's not gonna be hard. Battling in the base game of Pokemon it's not effortless, but oh, synthesis is less effective now because it's nighttime. The Voltorb is faster than us. Yikes. Yeah, other things that affect the bug contest, I looked it up after I won because I was like, what was different? I want to know. There we go, sleep powder. For the second time on camera, our Hoppip learns sleep powder. What a badass. Alright, Schoolboy Jack has been defeated. So we don't need to like fight all the trainers in here right now, but let's go ahead and go back to the Pokemon Center in Goldenrod just to get a full restoration going. And that'll be groovy. Also, technically it's Friday now, so if we can actually get far enough in this recording, or maybe the next one I do later today, we might be able to go back to Union Cave and see what that Pokemon was they were talking about. But in order to get down there, I believe we might need both Strength and Surf, but I think just Surf. Not 100% sure on that. But we should be able to get both pretty soon. girl. Oh yeah, if I didn't mention it, I have to recatch Drowsy. And wasting a Pokeball on Nidoran right now might not be the best play, but Hoppip is weak enough that she can take it out. Or, well, take it down to catchable. Aw, yeah. Yeah, apparently other things that affect your... whether your bug will win, it's the IVs, the level, the total stats, and then also how much HP it has left when you catch it. So if you weakened it severely to catch it, you're actually at a disadvantage for winning the contest. Which means, technically, the best strategy for winning the bug contest is bringing a status effect to Pokemon, inflicting status on like a Scyther or a Pinsir, and then just throwing the Park Balls until you luck out. Nidoran Girl, Poison Pin, height 1'4", weight 15 pounds. Although not very competitive, it will torment its foes with poison spikes if it's threatened in any way. And she is, of course, the Queen. The Queen. I got your phone number, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. I tried to replicate everything, but like I said, I was busy doing other things and didn't do a 1-for-1 because it was like the 6th try, and I was just like, fuck it. I just need to get back there. Okay. Now we don't want to start with our Hoppip because he will get, or she will get one shot. So we're gonna start with Geodude, and hopefully lower its accuracy without dying. The weird tree attacked. Oh, you're a guide this time, huh? Okay. I find this acceptable. Low kick's gonna hurt. That's where our fresh waters come in. We don't have to just sit here and die to this wild Pokemon. Alright, he's just like sucking. Oh, not anymore. Ouch. Double ouch. Ha. Your Mimic is failing because you're faster than my Geodude. You foolish fool. Uh-oh, now he's gained Mud Slap. That's not good. Okay. We can lower its accuracy twice more, but if we hit it with Mud Slap again because of it being super effective and Geodude having a stab bonus, we might kill it. So we'll just go with Tackle to weaken it. Okay. Red HP is what we like to see. I'll do one more Tackle just to solidify it at low HP. Okay. Now we'll switch into Sentry, because I want Sentry to basically die. Sentry can help with a little... Okay, Sentry can't help. That's okay. He served his purpose. We're gonna switch to Cinderlord and finish lowering its accuracy. That's gonna hurt, but it's okay. Our Cinderlord is strong. Okay. Now we will switch to, hopefully, our main plan, the putting it to sleep. Damn it. Come on, Blue. You do this for me every day in Sortie. Put him to sleep. Thank you. Now we should have the highest catch chance possible. Go, Great Ball. I spent lots of money. Get me a Sudowoodo. Damn it. I'm holding A. I'm circling the D-pad. Woohoo! Phew. Sudowoodo. Imitation. Height 3'11", weight 84 pounds. It disguises itself as a tree to avoid attack. It hates water, so it will disappear if it starts raining. So that means over the last 3 days since we started our Pokemon journey in Johto, it has not rained. And let's see. King. We might need all letters. Petrus. Would Petrus make more sense with an I? Like, you know, petrify, right? Well, Petrus kind of sounds girly. Let me look up real names for a second. Petrus might be a real name. Oh, it is a real name, and it does have a U, and it means rock. So that's like Peter, I guess, right? Cool. Maybe our Sudowoodo's Catholic. And if we talk to this fat guy, remember he said he tried punching the tree. Did you clear that wretched tree? I'm impressed. I want you to have this. Clark received TM08. That happens to be Rock Smash. You can shatter rocks with just a single well-aimed smack. If any rocks are in your way, just smash them up. That odd tree disappeared without a trace. Oh, that tree was really a Pokemon? Yep. And now we have easy access between Violet City and Goldenrod City. So that's kind of nice. And we also get to make a decision. Dun dun dun. Oh, actually, we don't gotta deposit him right now. We actually need to go give that Kenya bird to that guy that we promised to give it to, because I have no interest in keeping a traded Spearow in the context of my Smell the Flowers Let's Play. Was that you have mail for me? Yep, right here. Clark handed over the Pokemon holding the mail. Let's see. Dark Cave leads to another road. That's good to know. Thanks for bringing this to me. My friend's a good guy, and you're a swell guy too. I'd like to do something good in return too. I know, I want you to have this. Clark received TM50. TM50 is Nightmare. It's a wicked move that steadily cuts the HP of a sleeping Pokemon. Ooh, that's scary. I don't want to have bad dreams. But yeah, basically it's... I don't know if it's Psychic or Ghost type considered, but it is very useful to teach to Ghastly. Because while you're getting him up to speed before he's a Haunter or a Gengar, he's not very good. So you've got to have moves to get him going. But since it requires the Pokemon to be asleep, it's kind of hit or miss. Oh, and since we did that, let's go stop in the Poké Center again. So obviously, that Sudowoodo is ridiculously strong. We made it look tame, but yeah. It's level 20. It's in its final form because it only has one. It's Rock type. It has Rock Throw and Low Kick are really good moves. Mimic can be situationally good, but I don't know if there's any real point to keeping it. Like maybe some advanced strat uses it. He's really slow and he doesn't have a lot of special attack, but his special defense is pretty good, his HP is pretty good, his attack is pretty dang good, and his defense is really good. And he's a Johto Pokemon. This is the Scyther we caught, by the way, that won us the contest. I guess his stats are pretty high. But yeah, basically, let's compare our Geodude to the Sudowoodo. And remember, our Geodude has been fighting for us for a while now. And he's slower. He has notably lower special defense, that's kind of important. And then his attack and defense are also both lower. Now obviously, Geodude also has lower level, and he's only in his first evolution stage, so when he becomes a Graveler, he probably gets almost as good as Sudowoodo, but Sudowoodo is also going to learn Rock Slide naturally, and it also, you know, it's sporting Low Kick, so it has a couple different types of damage. It's going to learn Rock Slide, though, by level 28, so it's going to be pretty good for us. It also has some decent learn moves from TMs. Like it can learn Thunder Punch to deal with water Pokemon, which, I mean, its low special attack doesn't make that really a good option for it, but I mean, it is there. It can learn all the punch moves, actually, technically. So we have to choose, basically. I mean, we don't have to choose like right away, I guess, but you know, eventually the only advantage our Geodude really has is he is going to evolve, and he does have ground moves with Stab. But he also has a quadruple weakness to water and not enough special defense to really live through it. So long-term wise, I think we're going to replace Geodude with Sudowoodo. And it's nothing against Geodude. I love me some Geodude. Like I said, if I could get Golem without having to trade evolve him, I would think amazing. It's also worth noting that Geodude, he will evolve in 7 levels, and he will eventually learn Earthquake, as well as Rollout, which are really good moves. However, his special defense and his attack stat and his HP stat are never going to catch up to Sudowoodo, So he's never going to be as good as Sudowoodo. And quite honestly, even if we could make him into a Golem, Golem only beats Sudowoodo. Let's see. Let me do a direct stat comparison. Yeah, let's see, Golem. Golem only beats Sudowoodo in defense by 15 base defense. He beats him by 10 base attack and 10 base HP. And they have the same special defense, so if we could get Golem, the Golem line would be better. But Sudowoodo is essentially, I guess he's like in between the strength of a Graveler and a Golem. So, you know, without having to worry about any trade evos. Plus he's new, plus he's going to learn Rock Slide, which the Golem line's not going to do. And he's not quad weak. Golem still has a quad weakness. So, in that regard, he is better. But, we'll try not to worry about it for right now, and we'll just keep pressing forward, training our Pokemon. And, I don't know the exact best way to go about that, but we're gonna go about it, I suppose. Oh, and suddenly my head's itchy. But yeah, so essentially when you run into Sudowoodo, you're running into a Golem. That's the level of strength of Pokemon you're running into. First Whitney's Miltank, and then this. It's no wonder we lost, right? We won't even let our starter evolve. Our only evolved Pokemon so far is Cleopatra. But you know, before we advance further, we've got a lot of catching to do, and we also have a lot of trainers to fight in the national park, since we missed out on them because of the bug catching contest. And also, before we go any further, in case I have a power outage or like my recording suddenly stops for some reason and actually saves, I'm not doing that Sudowoodo again, damn it. It kicked my ass. And let's continue training our Hoppip and see if we can at least get to a level where it's supposed to evolve or whatever. I thought it was supposed to evolve at level 15, but it didn't, so... Oh damn, a Raichu? That's bad news bears. Oh wait, it's not as bad as I'm thinking, because even though Hoppips have flying, grass partially resists lightning. So, oh, it's got Thunderbolt already somehow. Holy balls. Okay, we'll go lightning to lightning. I've been rewatching the original Pokemon anime, as I've said a couple times now. And I really wish they would do an arc where Ash is older and Brock are older and Misty's older, and like some things have changed, and like maybe there's a big arc where Ash and Pikachu finally agree to evolve Pikachu. Because I think Raichu looks pretty cool. And I'd love for Pikachu to become one and still love Ash and act the same. Like, I know you don't do that because he's technically an anime character. They can just have him be Super Saiyan Pikachu that knows Iron Tail all of a sudden, and you know, can blow up an entire city block with Thunderbolt. But you know, this matchup might be pretty good. Can we poison him? No, we can't because he's half poison. That's right. Okay, well we can sleep him for sure, right? Yeah. Okay. Time to play the Stallers game. And even though it's nighttime, we're still going to be able to heal ourselves up with Synthesis. Yeah, Synthesis works really well during the daytime, but it also works really well. They're new to Generation 2. They introduced weather moves. There's Sunny Day, Rain Dance, and I believe Sandstorm. And Sunny Day, of course, makes it sunny. Rain Dance makes it rain. And Sandstorm whips up a sandstorm. The weather will last for 2 to 5 turns, and it will do different things for different Pokemon. Sunny weather increases the power of fire moves by a good bit, as well as causing grass-type moves that are related to sunlight, like Synthesis and Solar Beam, to do more. Synthesis will heal for double what it normally heals, and Solar Beam will be able to fire off in a single turn. Rain Dance interacts with water and electric moves. Water moves will be increased in power. Lightning moves, electric moves, will not be able to miss. So this allows you to use the usually inaccurate Thunder move to with 100% accuracy during rainy weather. Very powerful. Oh, the Sandstorm. I don't know if it powers up ground-type moves yet. It might. I don't think it does, though, in Gen 2. I think in Gen 2, all that Sandstorm does is it hurts all non-ground Pokemon. Well, non-ground, non-rock, I think. Which includes Steel in this generation. Every turn. And so, it's like a damaging, an indirect effect like poison, more or less. Oh, I thought this was going to be a good matchup, because I thought he'd be using Bone Meringue a lot and missing, but he's got Headbutt. Oh, thank God. He used stupid moves. That's a Christmas miracle. Alright, level 18. Yeah, you who met me. Oh, here we go. Do we want it to evolve? No, we don't. I said no, we don't. We want to keep it the way it is. And the reason for that is just like Cyndaquil, it's going to learn all of its movesets faster as a Hoppip. Of course, Hoppip's stats are pretty low, so we might actually want to let it evolve, because it is getting its butt whooped. Oh look, it's a mom, Pokefan Beverly. She's got Clefairies everywhere, Clefairy dolls. Oh, she's using a Snubbull. see. We don't have synthesis anymore, so we're probably just gonna have to swap grind. So poison, we'll poison, and then we'll swap. Because Hoppip just does not have the defense to stay in without synthesis to back it up. I don't know, I think Snubble's kinda ugly. Although its evolved form looks pretty cool. Oh, hey, Wild Hoot Hoots. Level 10 Wild Hoot Hoot. If I'd known I would run into those later, I wouldn't have spent so much time backtracking earlier. Part of me really wants to train that Heracross that we got, because he's really good. Okay. Are you gonna challenge me to a rematch like you said? No? Okay, that's strike one. Alright. I did fight this chick, right? Yeah, I thought I would. I did. Okay. Oh. And obviously, outside of the bug catching contest, apparently you can run into level 14 Hoodoos. No, outside of the bug catching contest, you can't catch most of the bugs that you can in the contest. And it's kind of a shame, but you know, it's whatever. I'm trying to make sure we don't miss any of the trainers. There seems to be nothing but Hoot Hoot in this damn park. Which, I mean, it's easy pickings, but, Okay, so apparently during the day, there is a Pokemon we would like to catch here. But at nighttime, it's literally only Hoot Hoot. So, yeah, I need to go somewhere else. If we can't find... That's the schoolboy, right? So, is there literally any other trainers in the grass over here? I don't think so. Pay attention, please. Oops, I have to quit thinking like that. A teacher all the time. You must be a Pokemon trainer. Since you're working so hard, I want you to have this. Clark received Quick Claw. Clark put the Quick Claw in the item pocket. Let a Pokemon hold that Quick Claw. Sometimes it will strike first during battle. Well, I don't know if it's the same as in other generations, but basically it's a hold item that occasionally lets a slower Pokemon go first, or a fast Pokemon ignore turn priority. And quite honestly, I think that would go best on our Cleopatra for now, because while it could be cool to put onto Sudowoodo, because he is very slow, he's also relatively durable. Whereas Cleopatra, she really, like, she's not made out of paper or anything. but most of her durability comes from her HP stat. And she's also still relatively slow. Which is kind of weird for an electric Pokemon, because in later generations, they're usually very fast. Oh, they're talking about the print stickers feature. That was something you could do with some extra Game Boy attachments in Gen 2. Oh, and because it's nighttime now, though, by the way, at nighttime, for whatever reason, the policeman that we walked by earlier, when you talk to them, they use the nighttime as an excuse to enact police brutality. Oh, no, I mean to fight you. And hey look, it's Growlithe, and if it were Gold version, we could catch a Growlithe, and he's literally evolves into a Pokemon that is stronger than Entei. So, that's kind of sad. Entei has his own movie, and fucking Arcanine is a better Pokemon. And that's kind of charming to me. Like, in the old days, they didn't just flat out make every legendary Pokemon just better than regular ones you could catch. It was a lot messier. It was a lot, you know, like, just because this thing is ultra rare and special and has maybe have a special signature move doesn't mean it's actually gonna outstat, you know, everything on the earth. But yeah, so we want to go back and start catching other Pokemon that we missed out on these earlier routes. And I believe... Oh yeah, there's another cop to fight. The first time I ever came through these routes, by the way, it was nighttime, and so I had to fight the cops. And on my second playthrough of the game, I was very confused as to why they would not fight me. Because it was daytime, and I didn't realize them fighting me was conditional. But also, I visited Japan about 10 years ago in 2016 for a vacation, and I spent a lot of it walking around places, just like trying to see the sights. And I had walked to and from my hotel into like I think it was the Ginza district or whatever. And I kind of like got turned around and I wanted to walk in the wrong way. I wanted to walk into the government section of the city, which is way darker and like nobody in the government there is working after hours. So I'm walking and I'm just gauging where I am and like looking at this map that I had and like trying to figure out which direction I need to go to get back to my hotel. And I got stopped by a Japanese police officer who was like, "What are you doing?" And he managed to choke out enough English that he was like, "This is government section. Tourist section that way." And I was just like, "I'm sorry, I'm lost." You know? Bowed and sumimasen and walked back towards Ginza. Oh, hey look, it's Drowsy again. Lower level than the one we caught last time, but hey, a catch is gonna be a catch, right? Oh, or we could just one-shot it, because I don't know my Cleopatra's too strong. Oh hey, an Abra. If we paralyze it, it won't be able to teleport. Dang it, it teleported anyway. Look at that cool-ass teleport animation. level 12, that's better, that's better. Okay, okay. Maybe we use... what's your stats at? 34 versus 49 special. Thundershock is like 35 power or something, but she's got stab, so it's like 52. Headbutt's just 70. Let's see, 104 versus 101. I would guess Drowsy would have slightly higher special defense. Maybe he'll live through a single Thundershock. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Hell yeah, we did it. And for the second time, we'll have caught a Drowsy. But this one's not a girl, so we can't name it Drowleen, so I don't know what to name it. Maybe we name it... children's dreams are tastier. NyQuil, there you go. You're a sleep aid. Have at you. And here we see the noble Rattata, yet again. Sleep is, like, whenever it's on you as the player, I feel like it lasts way longer than it does when it's on the enemy. It's like a without fail thing. It's just like, oh yeah, you sleep the enemy Pokemon, and they're asleep for like 3 turns. You get slept. I hope you had an awakening, because you're about to be asleep for 6 turns in a row. Same thing with paralysis, like you paralyze the enemy, they might get fully paralyzed when it doesn't matter, but when it matters, like, it's as if they aren't even paralyzed. It's ridiculous. Okay, I would just throw the ball, but that's just like asking for money to go away. I'm hoping you'll get paralyzed. You son of a bitch. I'll paralyze every wild Abra if I have to. Drowsy again. We just headbutt it. We headbutt our problems in this family. Honestly, I should probably just throw ball at Abra just like in Gen 1, but... I can't believe that dude's level 14 Raichu already knew Thunderbolt. Like, what the hell? How did he manage that one? Okay, another Abra yet again. Will this be the one that gets paralyzed and is forced to stick around? Nope. At this point, I'm wondering if teleport is even plays by the rules with Paralyze. Maybe we should pull out Hoppip and just have it sleep powder the Abra and run away. Because if we successfully sleep it before it runs, there's no way it can actually use the move teleport. So clearly we would be able to catch it then. Of course, if it's drowsy, we'll swap grind, so that'll be easy XP for 2 of our Pokemons. Drowsy is really common down here. It's actually kind of neat how in your face they are with these 2 Psychic Pokemon from Gen 1. They're like, here, get a Psychic type. Why not? And one of them is ready to use, and is, you know, a sleeper. And the other one is the same as he was in Gen 1. You gotta train him for 6 levels, and then becomes a powerhouse. And apparently Kadabra can learn all those special punches, so he can get 3 different elemental moves that all have 75 base power based off of his special attack. So he gets 4 types of coverage for moves. So anytime he runs into something, there's a good chance he'll have a 150 power super effective hit to go against it. And it's kind of wild. Come on, give me another Abra. Also, it's kind of funny. On Twitter, apparently, the kiddies are starting to play Pokemon marathons in honor of the 30th anniversary. And this has resulted in a lot of Gen Z and even some of the older Gen Alphas trying to play the older gens. And I saw tweets today where some young kid was like, how does anyone actually enjoy leveling their Pokemon team without EXP share? Because in the later editions of Pokemon, you don't have, well, you are automatically given, pretty shortly into the game, an item that just gives XP to every Pokemon in your party, so you don't have to worry about swapping them out. And in the more recent ones, it's literally like every Pokemon in your party gets half credit for the fighting that one Pokemon did. And it makes the games ridiculously easy because, you know, you only really have to train one Pokemon, you only really have to focus on one Pokemon's moveset. And then whenever they can't do it for you, you know, you just switch to one of the other ones that's going to be of equivalent level, and everything's hunky-dory. The strong guy you were already training doesn't miss out at all. And, you know, the very first Pokemon had an item like that. If we had caught, I think, 60 different types of Pokemon, we would have been given the EXP all key item that when it's in our inventory, every Pokemon in our party gets a little bit of EXP as if we had swapped them into battle, and the actual battling Pokemon gets half XP. And so it doesn't just like completely trivialize the game because, you know, the Pokemon fight actually still get the bulk of the XP, while everyone else in the party is just getting essentially leftovers. Like, it does help with your training, but you can't get it immediately. You can't get it till like after Celadon City, basically. And, you know, it doesn't break the game in that way. And I think in Gen 2, maybe Gen 3 was what did it, they gave an EXP share key item that you actually give to a Pokemon to hold, and then they get half XP as if you swap them into battle, but it saves you from having to swap them into battle. So your actual fighter Pokemon gets to fight without any repercussions. Where are the damn Abras? Oh, hey! Cool, he wants to battle again. We can go do that. We can still catch Abras up there. Oh, well, look who decided to show. Since it's been a boy Abra every time, I'm just gonna assume it's the same exact Abra that it's been being. Okay, it's asleep now. We're just gonna throw balls until we catch it or until it wakes up and runs. You son of a bitch. Get in my belly. Hell yeah. Give me that Pokedex entry. Abra, Psy, 2'11", 43 pounds. If it decides to teleport randomly, it creates the illusion that it has created copies of itself. We'll name it Magic. Capital M. Man. Cool beans. That's all the Pokemon we can catch in the grass on that route. I believe if we fish, we might be able to catch a Krabby. So we might, after we beat Juggler Irwin, we'll go back there and start fishing until we see a Krabby. And then we gotta catch, I think, a Nidoran boy up over in that other section. And then I think that's all the Pokemon we'll be able to get around here. So we'll want to move on, at least because it's nighttime. I don't know if it's different during the day. Alright, Juggler Irwin, have you actually increased the levels of your team? Am I about to get curb stomped? The answer is no. This bro literally lost to me and then said, I can just beat him, I don't need to train. But to his credit, his second phone call was for a rematch, not for anything flippant, so we're gonna let him stay on the phone. Also, don't you like this subtle thing about powder missing? When it's a miss, it's didn't affect. When it's just the Pokemon's immune to it, it says doesn't affect. That's pretty subtle. I don't know if the kids nowadays get it. A lot of kids struggle with verbiage and being able to read to any good level. Yeah, the school systems have really been given curriculum by the state that is aimed at dumbing people down. It's very depressing to think about. Oh yeah, we'll change Pokemon. We'll go with Cleopatra now. Get her some juicy XP from these double-digit Voltorbs. Now, I don't remember if rematches in this one, if they ever leveled their Pokemon up. But one good thing about rematches is even if it's super easy and they don't level their Pokemon up ever, rematches give you money. They will give you money for beating them again. So technically, if you spend long enough time just going between rematches, you can grind money in Gen 2. And instead of being a poor boy like we usually are, we can be a rich boy. Oh no, Blue One's trying to evolve again. What a jerk. Okay. Well, let's go back to the water and see if we can't catch ourselves a Krabby. There's water right here, so we might as well give it a shot, right? Oh, you don't even get off your bike. Like, it acts like you got off your bike, but you don't actually get off your bike. I want to be off my bike now. I believe it is slowing down the pulling out the rod animation. A Magikarp, okay, okay. Yeah, to be expected, to be expected. Oh, it's always a little bit depressing how durable Magikarp actually is while not having any decent moves. And later, it can still learn Tackle at level 15. In later editions of Pokemon, later versions, it can learn a move called Bounce, that I think is technically considered Flying type. But it has to level well beyond the point it would have turned into a Gyarados and started learning other moves in order to learn Bounce, so it's not really worthwhile. Oh, if we could surf around here, we could actually catch a Psyduck. But we can't surf yet, so no Psyducks for us. Big yawn, big yawn. It's late. Oh, a Poliwag. That's not a Krabby. Well, could be worse. Oh, Krabby's really is only down at the other route. I don't know how I feel about Poliwag's lips. It's like it's wearing pink lipstick. Who is painting all these Poliwags with pink lipstick? Poliwag's one of those Pokemon that I've actually always liked, like its appearance and its evolved forms. Particularly its first evolution, Poliwhirl. But it's also one of those Pokemon that's just like, eh. Poliwag, tadpole, height 2 feet, weight 27 pounds. The direction of its belly spiral differs by area. The equator is thought to have an effect on this. We will name her Swirly with an I. Oh, right. I can't just use the rod on land. I can't go fishing in the dirt. Alright. Let's see if we can't get us a Krabby. Not a Krabby. If it were daytime around here, we could catch Snubble right around here. Come on, be a Krabby. You know you want to be a Krabby. Krabby! The first Pokemon Ash caught all by himself, he said. Even though he caught Caterpie in a very similar manner, by just throwing the damn Pokeball. Because Pikachu wouldn't help. Oh, don't wake up, Krabby. It's very rude of you to wake up like that. Bubble. Kingler, his evolved form, is, I think, one of my favorite Pokemon. Although I hardly ever catch one and use it in the games. Maybe I should change that. What? Game, Krabby is not a hard to catch Pokemon. You cut that out. Let me catch this stupid Krabby. Gen 2? No, maybe we should use that Lure Ball. Or not. Krabby, River Crab, height 1'4", weight 14 pounds. Pincers break off easily. If it loses a pincer, it somehow becomes incapable of walking sideways. Well, obligatory Mr. Space Crabs. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Okay. And in the grassy patches right on this route, we're going to run into a bunch of different Pokemon we've run into before. But oh, there's a 5% chance to run into Dittos. And I believe the theory goes that the daycare couple are ex-scientists that worked in the burned mansion. And they brought Dittos along with them to continue conducting breeding experiments. Because since Ditto can take on the form of any Pokemon, it can shape-shift into the female version of whatever Pokemon is there. And in Gen 2, there's some extra... Oh, that's annoying. There's some extra stipulations, like apparently parent Pokemon can't have the same IVs of like their defense stat or something. And if they do, then they can't breed. Ditto, you go back to sleep this instant. I like how the Ditto copy is still the color of Ditto. In the anime, the Ditto copies were nearly perfect except the face. Yay! We got Ditto! Ditto, transform. Height 1 foot, weight 9 pounds. The transformation ability is perfect. However, if made to laugh, it can't maintain its disguise. So it has a sense of humor? Well, we're gonna name it what it really is. Mew 3. Cool beans. And I suppose if we wanted to start breeding Pokemon, we could now with that Ditto. Like, we could technically leave our starter with the Ditto and breed more starters. But that is kind of fruitless, I think. But breeding really impacted the competitive Pokemon scene because the breeded Pokemon is just like, when it hatches, it's just like catching something. And it can have a whole different set of individual values. And in later generations, a different nature. And breeding for correct nature and individual value is something a lot of competitive Pokemon people do obsessively. And I've done it before, and it can take a while. When I first found out about individual values and effort values, Generation 4 was new on the Nintendo DS, and I had Pearl version. And it got to the point where I could steal all of the Pokemon from my Game Boy Advanced Pokemon versions, like Ruby, Sapphire, Emeralds, Leaf Green, Fire Red, etc. And I had Leaf Green and Ruby version, and I transferred up a bunch of Gen 3 Pokemon to Gen 4. And then my roommate in college at the time was also really into Pokemon. And basically we made a pact. We we're going to do all these trades and have these ultimate Pokemon teams. And he had a guide, I think, for the new forms of Pokemon that were going to be available in Pearl. Stuff like the evolved form of Magmar and the evolved form of Electabuzz and shit like that. They basically added these hyper powerful evolutions to Generation 4 for old, as a reward for people who were transferring older Pokemon forward. And I think at that point the Pokedex was up to something what I thought was crazy at the time, 492 Pokemon. So the catch 'em all thing, it's ridiculous now. I think there's close to 1,100 Pokemon now. It's pretty ridiculous. And I mean, even if you account for, if you say, well, let's not count evolution lines, evolution forms, because that's just the baby form of, yada yada. And then the middle step is the adolescent form and yada yada. So it's the same thing. Oh, Ralph wants to battle again, huh? Oh, has he improved? He was the beginning of the game trainer. Nidoran girl again. Where's Nidoran boy? But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, it is definitely way past my bedtime here. Something, competitive scene, breeding, something, individual value, something. Oh yeah, ultimate Pokemon teams for Gen 4. Yeah. My roommate decided he was making a very particular team, and I decided I was making a very particular team. And I was looking through his guidebook, and I was looking at what was available between all the generations, what I had and what I could make, and I realized, hey, wait a minute, for the first time, we can actually have a full dragon party, where every dragon is a completely different Pokemon, along with a completely different Pokemon line. And so I set about making a Kingdra, a Garchomp, a Flygon, a Salamence, and a Dragonite, and giving them effort values that would maximize their offensive capabilities, and then giving them really deadly movesets to have the perfect actual full dragon team of, no legendaries, just dragons. And I made it, and I bred the shit out of a horsies until I got a Horsey that had the sniper ability, and that carried forward. And I had a Kingdra, I think it was called Sniper. And so his shot moves like Hydro Pump and Ice Beam, and I think a few any beam type attack or shot type attack gained, I think, a 20% attack bonus or something, with a perfect accuracy or something like that. And it was pretty great. And that's when I realized, by making the full dragon team, that they had actually held the dragon type back by giving literally every dragon a dual type. Like Garchomp is dragon/ground, so it's quad weak to ice. Flygon is dragon/ground, so it's quad weak to ice. Dragonites, dragon/flying, so it's quad weak to ice. Dragon... Oh, what was the other dragon on the team? Did I list all 6? Let's see, what was it? Kingdra, Garchomp, Flygon, Salamence, Dragonite. Was it Altaria? Was Altaria on the team? Am I going crazy here? Let's see. Kingdra. But let's list them in order of generation. Okay, so Dragonite, Kingdra, Flygon, Salamence, Garchomp. And yeah, I guess it would have been Altaria. Is that right? Well, either way, Altaria is Dragon slash Flying, so it's quad weak to Ice. So it was like the only dragon on the team that wasn't quadruple weak to Ice was Kingdra. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild realization. But it also made me realize that even just pure dragon typing, it takes neutral damage from normal types and fighting types. And so any neutral dragon is just really, really easy to kill actually, because if you just have a really good fighting type, they can just hit it with, you know, like Karate Chop or Cross Chop or High Jump Kick, and usually their attack power is high enough that they'll kill it. So things like Shelgon, Bagon, Flygon, Garchomp, because the ground doesn't resist fighting. That's when I realized that rocks are Dragonite's worst enemy, and that rocks also are neutral damage on dragons. And so, you know, the ground type dragons, they take a little bit reduced damage from rocks, but I think even Kingdra takes neutral damage from rocks. So you can teach a strong physical Pokemon rock moves, and yeah, they'll still get worked over. We've just got to get a Nidoran boy from over here. And then I think we can move forward at least until we have to backtrack when it's daytime for Snubbull. But the world for us is about to open up. It's been this linear. Oh my god, that's a 1% encounter rate. Oh my god. Okay. I wasn't gonna go for that. I was gonna wait for the schoolboy or the bug catcher to tell me when it was coming up. But hey, I'm not gonna look at 1% counter in the mouth and such. That's wild. I was not expecting that. Now, Yanma is a bug, obviously. It's a dragonfly. And it would have been a cool nod if they had made it dragon slash bug. But they made it, they just went ahead and made it bug slash flying. And, its stats are pretty good, and it doesn't evolve in Gen 2. But the super Pokemon teams I was talking about, it later gets an evolved form. If you teach it, I think, the move Ancient Power, it can turn into Yan Mega, which is this like really thick, big version of it that looks cool as shit and it has really, really high speed and special attack. Yanma, Clear Wing, height 3'11", so it's 3 feet 11 inches long and weighs 84 pounds. Dude, they should have made this thing fucking Dragon Bug. Like, what the hell? Its large eyes can scan 360 degrees. It looks in all directions to seek out insects as prey. Yeah, I'll name it, Dragon Bug. Yeah. Pretty cool. Now, if we want to delete this kid's number from our phone, we can, because he doesn't call for rematches. the most useful thing he's going to do is call for something else. To be honest, the juggler is not a good number to keep either, because his Voltorb team hardly gives any XP, and the money he gives is not amazing. Wait, that wasn't Nidoran Boy. We still need to try for a Nidoran Boy. Come on now. Just because I be running it into the 1% encounter. Oh yeah, whoops, you're poisoned. I don't need to be trying to do that, do you? Yeehaw! So Nidoran Boy should be a 30% encounter rate. But our luck with 30% encounter rates sure has been abysmal lately. I'm not gonna tackle this thing to death. Let's just whip Cleopatra back out. Yeehaw! Let's see, we can also run into Dittos, Hoot Hoot, Abra, and Drowsy. Drowsy's a 20%, Abra's a 10%, Hoot Hoot's a 5%, Ditto's a 4%. But yeah, we should be able to run into Nidoran Boy as well. I'm trying to remember what generation it was in, but in a later generation, they start introducing sex differences to the different Pokemon. So like a female will look different from the front and the back than a male. Some of them are really pronounced, and then a lot of them are just like really subtle. Leech Seed, that's a really good move. Let's see, which move to get rid of for Leech Seed? We'll get rid of Poison Powder. Poison Powder doesn't work on everything, whereas Leech Seed does. And if he seeds an opponent's Pokemon, then our whole team, even on swap out, can benefit from the healing from Leech Seed. So that's a really good grass move. Hey, Nidoran Boy, we did it, Reddit. Sleep his ass. I really like the silver sprite for Nidoran Boy and Girl. Compared to their gold sprites, which I'm seeing right now on Cerebi, the gold sprites are, I guess, closer to Gen 1, the way they looked in Gen 1. But I really like the way they look in Gen 2. And we're almost out of balls. I guess you spend an hour and a half catching Pokemon, you better be out of balls. Nidoran Boy, Poison Pen, height 1'8", weight 20 pounds. It raises its big ears to check its surroundings. It will strike first if it senses any danger. Okay. And obviously, since Nidoran Girl was the queen, he is the king. Alright, what does that put our Pokedex total at? We've seen 76, but we own 38, so we have caught half of the Pokemon, and oh my god, it's daytime. We have caught half the Pokemon. That we could possibly catch out of what we have seen. Get seated, Drowsy. I'm gonna show you true torment. With the sun up, you're no match for me. See, now our Hoppip has 2 healing moves. A stalling move in Sleep Powder and an offensive move. And eventually it's going to learn Mega Drain and we're going to get rid of Tackle. And then it's going to really be a true horror for anything that doesn't resist grass. And anything that does resist grass will still have a hard time with it. So that'll be nice. Swing. Solo and Drowsies. You love to see it. I also love to see the vibrant green of the daytime here. Let's get our bike back. Whee! Trainer tips. Use Dig to return to the entrance of any place. It is convenient for exploring caves and other landmarks. Oh, so it doesn't take us back to the, Oh, hey, look, 3 blue apricorn. Okay, so I guess if we go back to Azalea, we can have Kurt make us a different ball, if he's done with our first ball yet. I want to say black apricorn makes a really good ball, but I don't remember which ball it makes. Uh-oh. Anne and I are in this together. Are you both named Anne? And one's just named Anne without the E? Correct. Okay, that's a little concerning. They have a Clefairy that's almost as strong as Whitney's Clefairy. Ice Beam? Aw, you son of a bitch. That's quite effective. Well. Talk about bad luck, huh? A lot of RNG in Pokemon mechanics, actually, though. For as much of the battle as you can control, through things like Leech Seed and Sleep Powder and stuff, you know, there's all these missed chances and accuracy rolls, and even a 100% accurate move, unless it's coded to be unable to miss, has a 95% or a 99% accuracy rate, a 1 in 256 chance to miss anyway. Alright, level 25 Cleopatra. I love to see it. Yeah, I'm mean. You're damn right I'm mean. Oh, you're psychic? Oh, they're empaths. That's interesting. Pretty cool. You know what? Let's get some more training in on our Cyndaquil here. And also, I think we should be able to run into a new Pokemon on this route. No, not you. But I'll gladly take your XP. Get bent, Ladybug. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Now that is a Pidgey. We've already got a Pidgey. Could we have more? could we have different? Could we have sexy bitches? Oh, apparently the Pokemon we're looking for on this route only have a 5% and 10% chance to... Ooh, Thunderlord is trying to learn Flame Wheel, but can't learn more than 4 moves. We will get rid of Leer. What? Thunderlord is evolving. No, he's not. Again, he's not allowed to evolve until level 42. And I don't think it lets us see the move's powers in this generation. Oh wait, yes it does. Cool. Okay, so it's a slightly stronger version of Ember. Just a flat upgrade. 60 power. Oh, Gina Picnicker, huh? Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind battling you again. You probably haven't improved, but... you know. Pokemon can't do a thing if they're asleep. I'll show you how scary that is. Oh, frankly, you sound like somebody from Koga's gym from Gen 1. Says you're psychic, and you have a Drowsy. A lot of people in his gym had Drowsies. Something tells me you'll actually be willing to use... that's a pretty cool looking move. It's like a Flame Tackle. But yeah, he's actually willing... It's Gen 2, so he's actually willing to use Hypnosis. How about that? You're damn right you're defeated, Psychic Greg. Yep, they sure are. Particularly... well, both of them. Dang it, Ladybug, I don't want to fight you. Wait, this isn't the route that I think it is. Wait, no, yeah, it is. Huh. Wait, come on. Show me the Pokemon that I want. There it is. Stantler. And we probably don't want to hit it with Thunderlord. He's probably a little too strong. Well, no, never mind. Okay, hold on. What are your stats? 42 attack. 41 attack. 37 attack. 49 attack. Okay, so... all in all, out of all our Pokemon, it's probably okay to hit it with a quick attack. It will probably live. Dude, does everything on this route have freaking Hypnosis? Damn. I suppose I shouldn't complain, but... status ailment moves are super common in Gen 2. Now the interesting thing about Stantler is this is the only route where you can catch it in all of Johto. And that's because this route is based off the Nara Deer Park, because all of Johto is based off of you know, the Western Honshu, I guess, with Kyoto and stuff. So, yeah, that's a whole thing. Ouch. Could you wake up and thunder wave it, please? Thank you. I feel like Cleopatra's been put to sleep more than any of my other Pokemon. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, of course we'll use the next Pokemon. Go Sentry. Sentry, see if you can whittle it down. Oh, okay, you're boned. But who knows, maybe you'll wake up. You're not waking up. This is irritating. What's your one chance, Sentry? There you go. Alright. Surely, if paralyzed and near death, we can catch it with a Great Ball. Surely. Or not. Okay. I guess paralyzed doesn't mean jack or shit. I guess Great Balls don't mean jack or shit either. Ugh. What is up with this Stantler? What the fuck? I tried catching you. I tried catching you. You spit in my face. Oh, that looks like our rival. Did he get a haircut? Hi, I'm Bill, and who are you? I'm Clark, huh? You've come at the right time. I just finished adjustments on my time capsule. You know that Pokemon can be traded, right? My time capsule was developed to enable trades with the past. But you can't send anything that didn't exist in the past. If you did, the PC in the past would have a breakdown. So you have to remove anything that wasn't around in the past. Put simply, no sending new moves or new Pokemon in the time capsule. Don't you worry, I'm done with the adjustments. Tomorrow, time capsules will be running at all Pokemon centers. I have to hurry back to Goldenrod to see my folks. Bye-bye. Oh. Morty the gym leader's really cool, huh? Lake of Rage, the appearance of a Gyarados swarm. I smell a conspiracy, I know it. Okay. The way the kimono girls dance is marvelous, just like the way they use their Pokemon. Okay, well, we're gonna actually use our PC, and we're gonna put Sentry away for now. We don't really need Cut for now. We might need him again soon, but we need a space in our party. And, I'm gonna stop into this mart. And we're gonna buy 7 Great Balls and 11 Pokeballs. And then we'll stop spending our money. Or maybe we'll make a little money. So, the red apricorn, maybe? Oh, it's only worth 100? Yeah, never mind. We'll sell the ice berry. I don't think anything's gonna burn us for like a jillion years. My Eevee evolved in an Espeon, but my friend's Eevee turned into an Umbreon. I wonder why. We both raised our Eevee in the same way. Huh, that guy's just telling us about Eevees all of a sudden. Okay, okay. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, well we can't take the cut shortcut, so we have to go through the national park. And I don't know why the national park gate makes you get off your bike, but it's annoying, because the other gates have not been making us do that. But if we go back to Goldenrod, hi Clark, do us a favor and take this Eevee. It came over when I was adjusting the time capsule. Someone has to take care of it, but I don't like being outside. Can I count on you to play with it, Clark? Yes, I knew it. Way to go, Hero. You're the real deal, dude. Okay, I'm counting on you. Take good care of it. Alright. And it's a boy, so we'll name it after my dog again. Professor Elm claims Eevee may evolve in new and unknown ways. Oh, we just gotta talk to about that. And look at that. It's got a full moveset already. It's not the best moveset, but it is a moveset. It's already got stats in the 30s. This particular Eevee seems to have a lean on attack and special defense. That's kind of nice. And basically, if you hadn't put 2 and 2 together yet, Eevee can now evolve from friendship evolutions if you during the day or night, basically. So yeah, that's a thing. Oh, we got a TM for rollout. I didn't realize we got that. Ooh, we could give a rock type move to our fire type Pokemon. That could be useful. Maybe we'll save it for later though. But as far as Eevee goes, I think it would be really useful to teach it Swift. Swift can't miss, 60 power, normal type, and he'll have stab, so it'll be a 90 power move for him. And also, maybe Dig. Oh, he can't learn Dig even though he's a dog? How silly. Ooh, we could teach Dig to him, but I don't really want that on him. So we'll save Dig for now too. Kind of a shame, but you know. We'll teach Rock Smash when we need it. If he used to experiment with a teleporter, he should do a follow-up. Again, I don't know how we're supposed to know to come get that Eevee, but that's where you get Eevee in Gen 2. So, look at this. We've got a really well-rounded team all of a sudden, right? Like, everything except our Geodude is in the 20s. And we could easily remedy that if we wanted to get Geodude up a little bit more. I mean, it wouldn't hurt anything to have a nice, strong Geodude. Except for the fact that I don't really want to use him long-term. What we're missing is a good, strong water Pokemon. We have a pretty balanced team. You know, we got fire, we've got electricity, we've got grass, we've got rock. Eevee's normal, so we got 2 rocks, I guess. It's not bad having 2 rocks. But you know what? Let's go ahead and start working on the Eevee, you know. We gotta be friends with it, you know. And, I don't know if it's worth teaching or trying to do anything else with it. We can't go that way because we don't have cut anymore. But I think cut is quite unnecessary in Gen 2. I don't remember needing it much beyond... it's just useful. It has a bunch of useful shortcuts if you keep it around. But I don't think a cut bush ever obstructs our forward path ever again. Let's train our Eevee up a little bit while we try to catch these damn deer. Oh, maybe the male will be more agreeable. Don't you lure my Eevee, you slut. Oh. Wow, Swift is where it's at. Oh, dang. Uh-oh, we might need to switch out, because we don't want him to get fainted. Okay, we'll use Old Reliable. Put the deer to sleep. Do it, Blue. Good job. Okay, surely, with Great Balls we can catch the Stantler that is asleep. And nearly dead. You son of a bitch. Just give me the damn deer. The angry looking deer, by the way. These are the best balls we can get right now, so give me the deer. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leech seed it. I'm gonna leech seed it so that its HP goes down a little bit more. And if it dies, so be it. Yep, it'll last 1 or 2 more turns. But now it's critical. If you don't want to die, dear, you'll get in my ball. Looks like you want to die. Last chance, dear. Why is this deer so hard to catch? It's ridiculous. It's patently absurd how hard these Pokemon are to catch. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. And maybe next time we can catch a Stantler. Although it's so difficult to catch, I kind of want to just catch it off screen, because fuck. But, I don't know. Anyway, oh, Gina's calling again. She really wants to battle. And I guess we could get some nice training for Eevee and a little bit of extra money for Pokeballs. Anyway, thanks for watching, stay safe and have a great day, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, and I encourage you to play Pokemon Silver version for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon.